we're truly living the Orwellian nightmare. And it's almost as if it's been programmed and preparing us for this. And the Matrix is here.
Yeah, it's really bizarre to me because I grew up, I was born in 1967. And in school, at a very young age, we read Animal Farm and we read 1984. And of course, what I took from that is this is never going to happen in America. We had all take the Constitution test. So whether I was being propagandized in the positive, I was being informed that America is not like this. To actually see in my lifetime America go from the world that I believed in then to the world I see now is literally mind-blowing. And to be participating not only as at the citizen level, in the local community level, I have a business where I live in outside of Chicago, and so I deal with the local government and that type of stuff. But then also be a public person and be part of the zeitgeist at different times, to be used and abused positively and negatively within the systems that exist today, and see how my participation is a constant decision making between either am I helping, am I hurting, am I informing, or am I actually enslaving. That's a difficult thing to take on. Yeah, so to learn that, what the collectivist vision in Animal Farm in 1984 was actually our future and not this preventative thing kind of blows my mind. I can't believe we're even having this discussion, if you can understand why I say that to you humbly. To be talking in America about, in 2016, about, Mao's a good idea and a socialist is running for president, and that's okay. And we're going to go back to these kind of crazy tax rates where we're going to completely disempower the innovators in our country because the new class, the new technocratic class, wants to keep their position and they want to keep anybody else from coming in the game. I mean, that's just crazy to me. So
yeah, how do you think people can get around the millions of people that were murdered under these communist regimes and just say, well, that just happened then?
But here's the thing. Obviously I listen to you and I listen to Alex, I listen to David Knight and Chikari. I mean, you guys do a fine job of identifying the factual root. And of course, sometimes because you don't have all the information, you have to speculate. And as I once told Alex, literally sitting in this exact spot, you don't always have to be right. You just have to have the right intention to want to get to the truth. As long as you want to get to the truth and that's your intention, that's fine. But what I would say to you, and I say this very plainly to you, is that most people don't care about facts. Most people do not care about facts. I work in the entertainment business. The people in the entertainment business do not care about facts. They only care about facts when it involves a gross. We spent this much. How much do we make? How much do we lose? Up until that point, it's all in their mind. So for most Americans or most people listening internationally, it is in your mind. It literally, you are fighting phantoms that do not exist. Now, if you're intelligent, which I think most people that listen to this show are, you don't see how you've been engineered and steered, and people are heavily invested in convincing you of something. We all know the advertising model. Women very much understand from a very young age. You start being told, you got to look like this, you got to think like this, you got to do this in your hair, blah, blah, blah. Young men, it comes a little bit later, and it usually comes through sports, which is why it's so heavily invested in sports. The beer, the culture, the bro, the blah, 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 blah. Okay, we all understand that, and it doesn't really bother us. We like when a clever ad manipulates us to want us to buy a certain product or something. What we don't realize is, think about people who have trillions on the line getting you to believe a lie or lean you a certain way so that they can achieve some end that's 10 years down the road that you don't even have the read for. So imagine here's somebody like Alex coming, and he actually has the read. Or he's talking to other people who have the read, and they can see 10 years down the road. You sit here in this spot, and you present those facts to people, and they go, what does that have to do with me?
Right.
So to me, the next stage in the info war is to get at the ground level, at the cultural level, which is where most people interface with the propagandizing and the manipulation, and help them understand. Because I think most people's natural human instinct, when they realize they're being manipulated, is to get mad. Because ultimately it's an insult to their intelligence.
Right, or to deny, because they don't want to admit that they've been had.
Or disenfranchise their sovereign right to make an independent decision based on fact.